Now, still on the subject of property, for the first time in 4 years, the annual supply of new public housing flats will be increased here in Singapore. In a blog post, National Development Minister Lawrence Wong said up to 17,000 build-to-order or BTO flats are going to be launched next year, and that's about 3,000 more than this year. And it's to meet more demand following policy changes that kicked in over the past months. Chloe Chu tells us more.
More BTO flats will be built next year compared to this year, and it'll be the first increase in supply since 2016. Back then, the number of BTO flats added was around 18,000. This dipped steadily over the next few years to about 14,600 this year. But next year, up to 17,000 or 16.5% more flats will be built. National Development Minister Lawrence Wong said this is because of more demand from the changes to housing financing policies. This year, the government introduced a new Enhanced CPF Housing Grant, or EHG, and raised income ceilings so that more can buy their first BTO flat. Mr. Wong also said there has been demand at newer estates like Punggol and Sengkang. One expert said some possible popular locations are Tengah and Tampines North.
These two areas are likely to see launches in 2020. Another potential hotspot that might come out is maybe Queenstown, because they are going to do the traffic impact study. If that study turns out to be favorable, they might launch a BTO in that area also.
Experts agree demand for BTO flats will go up next year and that the projected supply will be more than enough. One said that it might even be a little excessive compared to the past 2 years.
It really caught me by surprise because I felt that next year there will be more people will even consider the resale flats simply because of the Enhanced Housing Grant that was announced in September.
He added that's because under the EHG, those who buy resale flats could get up to twice the amount of grants compared to those buying a brand new flat. Mr. Wong also said that the government will continue to redevelop older towns under the Voluntary Early Redevelopment Scheme, or VERS. Details are still being worked out and the ministry will share more when ready. Still, he added that the government is open to studying other ideas for VERS. For the past 5 years, the government has spent about $3 billion on various HDB upgrading programs. And more than $1 billion will go to upgrading projects for both public and private housing estates over the next few years.